The images of the horror and destruction faced by Mariupol have been on front pages around the world. What is the situation there as you speak to me now?
Good afternoon. The situation is awful. Russian army continues to do airstrikes, air bombing, artillery shelling, and their troops are behind the city. And in some districts of the city, we have street battles. So as you understand, the humanitarian situation decreases hour by hour, second by second, and the Ukrainian army tries to defeat our city at the very moment.
Reports, no power, no water, lack of food, bodies in the streets that can't be buried, and a death toll, official death toll of 1,300. How has that changed in the last few hours?
As you understand, the situation only decreases and becomes worse. So the numbers that we had, official numbers of dead people, the last information was 3 days before, and we had 1,207 killed people. But we should understand that just killed people and bodies on the street. We cannot collect all of them, and I think I am scared to tell you the number of victims. We don't know exactly, but we should multiple 10 this number. I don't know exactly how many.
Mr. Orlov, the humanitarian corridors are not working. There's talk of another one being put in place today for people to escape. Are you optimistic that people can get out?
Of course, I should stand optimistic, and from our side, from City Council and from the Ukrainian part, we do our best to provide humanitarian corridors. So anyway, we are ready to transfer trucks with humanitarian goods from Zaporizhia to Mariupol, but it's the 7th day of our attempt, and we do not find any solution because trucks goes some length and they stop over a Russian checkpoint and they do not allow to go to Mariupol. And as you know, we are under continuous bombing and shelling directly in the city, and there is no any ceasefire. This night we had 8 cases of airstrikes, so they are destroying all the city hour by hour and killing our civil people.
The other thing that made the front pages, of course, was the destruction of your maternity hospital there. Is the search and rescue operation complete?
Yes, we finished the rescue operation. So we, in the center of the city, has like hospital campus. There are 3 buildings there: maternity hospital, children's hospital, and children's therapy. So they destroy children's hospital and make damages to other hospitals. So we have, after this awful bombing and war crime, we have 17 victims, injured and affected people. It's mostly pregnant women and doctors, and 3 killed people. One of them is a child, girl.
When you read reports and you hear that the Russian government is saying that the maternity hospital was really a false flag, it was crisis actors staging it for Ukraine, and the children's hospital is fake news, what do you say to that?
I've read yesterday a good sentence. I want you to know this is the sentence of Minister of Foreign Affairs of Latvia. He told that, we have lie, we have big lie, and we have official information from Russia. So it's the very case that he spoke about. So who is Azov battalion warriors? We pregnant women or killed child. We see a lot of video, a lot of photo, a lot of interview from injured people, and I absolutely sure these war crimes will be punished with the help of the court in EU. I'm absolutely sure.
And reports from the US certainly believes, its intelligence believes that President Putin may be about to use chemical weapons on the people in Ukraine. What are the feelings, what are the fears of people in Mariupol about that?
You know, without any utility, without connection, without everything for 8 days, they do not know about this news anything. And you should know that 5 to 7 days before, the best wish of our people was to stop somehow the war, to stop bombing, to stop shelling. But today and yesterday, their best wish is to find some food and water. They even do not afraid and scared about continuous bombing and shelling. They just want to find some water and some food. And Putin and his army does not allow to provide any ceasefire and any humanitarian, medical, social, or any other help for injured and suffering people.
And the resistance coming from the Ukrainian army being put up to try to protect what remains of Mariupol, how weakened is that, and who makes the decision whether you fight on to protect your city or whether you have to surrender? Who decides that? Is that you? Is it President Zelensky?
No, we, like city council, local government, and we do our best to provide any social help to our citizens and to provide all the utilities. So we are on the war, and of course, in this situation, president is the main. It's his main solution, and Ukrainian army is their responsibility about this. But I want you to know, and all the audience, that Ukrainian army is very strong and brave, and it can defend Ukraine. And I hope it will do, and I'm absolutely sure they do their best up to the last bullet to protect Mariupol. But all should know that we unfortunately do not have any weapon to protect our lives of air bombing, air strikes. So we told a lot about it and asked to give us some weapon to have possibility to protect our lives, our children, our women, adults from this awful air bombing.
I want to ask you, while we have the opportunity to talk to you, firstly, have you a message for people who have relatives who live in Mariupol who haven't been able to get in touch with them, mobile phone networks not working? Have you a message for those people who are desperately worried about their friends and family?
So the situation is that I should send some message to myself because I cannot connect with my mother, father, and native brother for 8 days. I don't know, do they alive or not? I have no message. I don't know what to send. So we will stay as long as we can.
And you were describing at the start of this interview the situation today, still constant, frequent bombardments. How often are they coming?
During night, there was 8 different airplanes that bombed the city and flattened the city. They absolutely destroy our biggest steel plant. Azovstal, it does not exist anymore. And they are destroying all the buildings, all the districts. You should understand it's an unmanaged bomb with 1 ton of trotil equivalent. So the diameter of, after this bomb is 30 meters, 40 meters. So they're destroying building by building.
And reports that some parts of the city are totally uninhabitable now.
It's true.
Have you a message for Western leaders? You have these constant bombardments. They're coming also from the air. What is your message to Western leaders?
16 days before our country was free, our country was happy, and our city also. We are very proud being Mariupol citizens. So we do not have any wishes and to attack some other countries, some other cities. So we were happy to live our peaceful life and to give as much opportunities to our citizens. But we understand that Putin and Russia make an awful solution to start war in Mariupol and to provide genocide Ukraine as a nation. First of all, we thought that their wish is to win against Ukrainian army, but now we understand that their wish is Ukraine without Ukrainians. So they are killing as much citizen as they can. And we ask, we fight here for being Ukrainian. We fight here for be free. We fight here to have democratic government. So we fight for all the that EU has, and we ask for support, for further support. We're very thankful for all that was done about sanction, about weapon supply, and we ask more help and our best wish to give possibility to protect our lives against bombing from the air.
And finally, Mr. Orlov, you said that your soldiers there will fight until the last bullet. How long have you got?
I cannot comment, I don't know. So I can not only confirm that up to the last bullet. Whether it be days or weekends, I cannot tell.
Well, we really appreciate you telling us about the situation there in Mariupol. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Stay safe, Mr. Orlov.
Thank you.